aside from that main literacy program, either the Basel Reader or guided reading, you will be implementing many other reading activities and programs in your classroom to facilitate learning and to give students practice in many of the skills that you've already explicitly taught during your guided reading or your Basel reading time. One of those programs is called Reading Workshop. Sometimes schools are also calling it Daily 5. Daily 5 is a kind of new term for something that teachers were already doing. So if you hear Reading Workshop or you hear Daily 5, they're basically the same thing. Usually, this program is in place 30 minutes each day, and it takes place in most classrooms during guided reading. So while teachers are working with guided reading groups, students will be breaking out into their own activities. Now, each classroom teacher does this a little bit different, and so a way to get in the best experience for Reading Workshop or Daily 5 is to observe classroom teachers doing it differently, and also reading online blogs and finding out what format for Reading Workshop would work best for you. Also, trial and error is going to be the best way to develop that program for your classroom. One main steadfast rule to Reading Workshop or Daily 5 is that each student will need a folder for organization, and you as the teacher will be collecting those folders periodically to check on the progress of each student. The Daily 5 or Reading Workshop has 5 different places students will visit. First one is working on writing. Second is read to self. Third is read to someone. Fourth is our word work area. And fifth is listen to reading. So if you check those out more specifically, work on writing can be done in 2 different ways. Sometimes teachers have that as a writing time where students are doing a writing workshop. But many times, students are doing writing about something that they have read. And so that's that time where they get to do some written response activities. Read to self is where you read by yourself. Read to someone is partner reading. Word work is where you're playing with sounds of either phonics or sight word or word identification words like nouns, verbs, adjectives, contractions, compound words. But it's time where you get to play with words. Sometimes this is individually and sometimes it's with a small group. Our last category is listen to reading, and this is where we have that automated reading time where they're using iPads or CD players or computers with headphones.